Hi, Internet. I'm Tango. The mic was muted, but it's not anymore. And these are Tango's takes. And the take for today, January 17th, 2021, is kind of awkward to word. I think the best phrase I've got for you is uphold your promises. Not keep, because there are things outside of your control that can prevent you from keeping a promise. But you need to act in good faith, like you're going to keep that promise within every reasonable ounce of what you have available to you to do so. I mean, we've all heard of politicians breaking their promises. We've also heard of politicians failing to fulfill their promises. And sometimes that's not because of the politicians themselves, it's simply beyond their ability. But they've acted in good faith. Those are the politicians you keep. If they're not acting in good faith to try to keep those promises, well, vote them out. Yeah, they just need to go. But it's important to take action like you are going to do everything in your power to fulfill your promise. If you want to look at it from a non-political side of things, take a look at conventions, many of which didn't happen in 2020. But a lot of them, people felt waited until way too late to cancel or to reschedule, and then cancel some cases. And that has a lot to do with the promises that they've made with their venue or venues in the form of contracts, where they have to act in good faith like the event will happen until such point that there is evidence it should not, a requirement it should not. So I know some people have recently ragged on Anthrocon, the world's second largest furry convention, for recently announcing that it was going to go forward as if Anthrocon 2021 were going to happen in July. People are like, it won't be ready in time. People won't be vaccinated in time. This is a horrible idea. The rest of the statement Anthrocon made tried to acknowledge this without violating their contract, without violating the promises they'd made to multiple hotels plus their host convention center. They have to act in good faith until such point that there is a legal precedent preventing them from occurring. Otherwise, there are huge amounts of fines involved, and it would be the end of Anthrocon. Which, while I know some people will celebrate the end of Anthrocon, in general, the loss of that convention will devastate the furry community and is not going to generally be viewed as a positive thing. So Anthrocon's approach, it was quite simply to go on in good faith, but also they worked with the agencies, organizations that they have contracts with to find the best way about going forward. They've opened, or will be opening very, very soon, registration for the event. Historically speaking, Anthrocon also opens hotel registration at the end of this month. But they're not doing that. They're not going to do that until April, which is when they expect a no-go or go decision to be made by the authorities of Pittsburgh as to whether or not the convention can actually happen. So yes, you can register for the event, but you can't book a room yet. And this will make lives easier for people who do register, because now the hotels don't have to go cancel events or book reservations if the event is canceled. Assuming it's, canceled at that time and not later. I do not, in any circumstance, believe Anthrocon's board of directors or the people in charge of the hotels or the convention center are operating under the impression that there is no doubt the event will be able to happen. They're all operating under a strong amount of doubt it will happen. But in the interest of good faith and good business for all of them, they're going forward as if it probably will, or they hope that it will. So they haven't made a promise it will happen, but they've made a promise to try to make it happen within their power, and they are acting in good faith. Now, along those lines of, acting in good faith to keep a promise, I made a promise as part of my Extra Life campaign for specifically the special event at the beginning of November, where I had donors, 2 of them in this case, choose to make me sing for Money for Kids. If you've never heard me sing, I enjoy singing. I am not necessarily good at it. But it is within my power to keep that promise I made. And to that end, I am going to do so for one of those 2 donors immediately after I finish this recording. Because one of those donors let me pick from a list of songs that I'd already provided and said, pick whatever you want. I can pick a song I know. The other donor did a substantially larger donation. And, well, as I said, my name's Tango. They want me to sing the Masochism Tango, which, surprise to me, has lyrics. And I've never actually heard the lyrics that I'm aware of. And just an old song, and not the kind of song I would know, or that comes to me very easily. But you better believe I'm going to do everything in my power to learn that song and post the second video, hopefully next weekend. But for the time being, do as I say and do, in this case. Act in good faith to keep your promises. And I will catch you all tomorrow.